So I was recently sent this Toxic Pop wig from lushwigs.com, and it really reminded me of the Manchester Queen Anna Phylactic, so that's what this look was inspired by. As usual, I'm starting off with my foundation on and I'm just applying my wig cap. I won't be applying the frame until later, but I'm starting off by outlining the inside just so I know exactly where to put the design. I then remembered I should probably put my lenses in before I go covering my eyelids with makeup, and yeah, I just kind of left this in so you can see that the sclera lenses and normal lenses are both pretty easy to put in. To cover the entire oval that I outlined earlier, I'm using the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk. Once I've filled in that entire shape, I'm using the white eyeshadow from the Morphe Picasso palette just to set the pencil. So this next bit might require quite a lot of patience and a steady hand. I'm just using some black liquid eyeliner to map out the grids and squares to where I'm going to be filling in with a checkered pattern. I'm really not bothered about the lines being super neat, because once I start filling them in, that's when I kind of neaten up the squares. At this point, I'm literally just mapping out the shape and I'm not really caring too much about how neat the squares are. To fill in the black squares, I'm using the NYX Vinyl Liquid Eyeliner in black, and again, I'm not being overly careful about how neat the squares are, because as soon as I've finished with the black, I'm going to go in with a white liquid eyeliner and neaten everything up. Now I'm using the white liquid eyeliner. This is Illamasqua's Scribe, and I'm just going over all of the white squares just to neaten up the lines and intensify that white colour. So I'm priming my eyebrows with the NYX Proof It Eyebrow Primer. If you watch my tutorials a lot, then you're probably familiar with this product because I literally cannot live without it. It's just so perfect for a browless little baby like me. But anyway, now I am just filling in my eyebrow shape using a Stargazer neon green pencil. As usual, I'm just making this look up as I go along, so I don't really have a plan. Because it's inspired by a drag queen, I just really wanted to do like super high bitchy looking eyebrows. Once I've finished with the pencil, I'm then going in with a neon eyeshadow just to set the brows. This helps keep them in place all day. Girl, you know I'm a fan of those neat eyebrows, so I'm just taking some Ben Nye concealer on a flat brush and I'm just neatening up the lines and getting away any fallout from the neon eyeshadow. Concealing under your eyebrows is just literally the best trick that I've ever learned. I use it on a day-to-day basis and I just think it really helps make the eyebrows look super neat. I'm aiming for a big exaggerated cut crease, so I'm just using a neon pencil to mark out where I'm going to do the crease. Because I have hooded eyes, I always do my extreme cut creases a lot further up than my natural crease. To intensify the pink, I'm using a neon eyeshadow from Stargazer. Basically, all the neon products that I'm using today are from the company Stargazer. Once I've packed on that pigment in the crease, I'm then blending it out up towards the brow bone. I'm not worried about any of the colour falling out onto my lid. Once I'm happy with how much product I've got on, I'm going to go back in to the crease and just carve it out with some concealer. I think that's pretty much what happens in most of my tutorials. I'm never too bothered about how much of a mess I'm making, because with makeup there's always a way that you can correct it. Once I'm happy with the shape of the crease, I'm then taking that concealer and applying it all over my eyelid. I'm doing this because I'm going to be using a loose pigment, and if you use a really cream based product, it really helps the pigment stick to your eyes and kind of holds a lot better than an ordinary eye primer would. I'm then adding some orange pigment to the inner and outer corners of the eye. For the outer corner, I'm just following that wing shape that I've created. And as usual, because everything's unplanned, I don't really know why I decided to do this, but I just thought the orange would really pop from the yellow and just make the whole neon eye just really stand out, just kind of take it to the next level. After curling my natural eyelashes, I'm applying the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, getting ready to apply some false lashes. Once I've applied the lashes, I'm using a thin line of liquid eyeliner just to conceal the lash line. At this point, I must have decided that there wasn't enough going on with the eye, so then I am going underneath the lash line with the green pencil that I used on my eyebrows, and then I'm just topping that with the same eyeshadow that I used on my eyebrows as well. Once I've finished with my eye makeup, I'm just re-blending my foundation out. I always do this just because when I've been doing my makeup, I would have been kind of touching my face without realising and just like smudging my foundation everywhere. So I'm just doing this to get rid of any fingerprints. I'm then concealing underneath my eyes and any areas that I want to be highlighted with my NARS concealer, and as usual just blending that out with a beauty blender. Because my eye makeup isn't symmetrical, I decided not to bake under my eyes like I usually would, so I'm literally just setting my face with some translucent powder. For my contour, I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just applying this with a Real Techniques contour brush. To apply the frame, I'm using some Crayolan Spirit Gum, and I'm just lathering that to the back of the frame. Once the Spirit Gum's gone tacky, I'm then applying it to my eye and just keeping it pressed down until it's firmly in place. So Anna Phylactic has done a few looks where she's got like neon drips coming from her head and on her face and like little splatters and things. So I really want to include this element in my look. Because the wig that I'll be wearing is mainly green and yellow, I wanted the main colour in the look to be bright green. So I'm just applying some little greeny drip things. As usual, there's no order to what I'm doing, it's just kind of makeup chaos. Most of the paint I'm just letting drip freely, but underneath the frame and underneath the neon eye, I'm kind of drawing on and imitating drips. For the lips, I'm using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Prom Night. I think it's basically like the brightest pink lipstick that I own, and I just think paired with all the neon colours, even though it's not UV reactive, it does look pretty neon. For the lips, I decided on a kind of sweetheart shape. Again, no idea why. I just think this looks kind of like Mad Hatter on acid, and I don't know why, I just thought a smaller lip would look a bit more Mad Hatter-ish. I don't know, man, who knows. Like I always do with my brows, I'm taking some concealer on a flat brush and neatening up the edges of the lips. And now it's time for the legendary black neck. And as I've stated before, no girl, this is not Come On Chin Strap, this is not Pearl, this is Vanity Venom and her black neck, bitch. So I'm just using trusty old hairspray and a comb to style this wig. Usually when curled wigs arrive in the post, because of the way they've been packaged, a lot of the curls kind of lose that bounce. So you just literally want to put that back in there by back combing them and spraying them, and just kind of getting the curls in your fingers and kind of like twirling them back into the curl shape. Usually I would style a wig on a wig head, but girl, I ain't got time for that today, so I am just going to style this right on my head. So there's no real technique to this. Basically what I'm doing is sectioning off the hair and then back combing it towards the roots and just kind of twisting the curl shape around in my fingers, spraying it, and then just kind of setting it so the curls just kind of appear a bit more fuller and there's more volume in the wig. So this wig has got like a middle part into it. I kind of want to go for that Marilyn kind of quiff at the front kind of look. So I'm literally just taking the section just to the side of the parting and just flipping it over to the other side. I'm going to style one side and then kind of get on with doing that Marilyn fringe section. It can sometimes seem scary when you get a curly wig. You never really want to comb it and kind of brush the curls out. Well, I'd personally never wanted to anyway, because I always felt like I would kind of ruin the style. But I actually find the best way to style a curly wig is to kind of comb all the curls out, back comb it, and then spray them. And it sounds like such a simple thing, but I think it makes a huge difference and just adds a lot of volume to the wig. And trust me, you honestly don't need to be a hairstylist to be able to get the most out of your wigs. They're just really simple techniques, just like back combing and kind of finger curling. If you do want me to go into more detail with wigs, just let me know in the comments section below. I am thinking of kind of having a whole section on my channel that's just dedicated to like wig and hairstyling. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, just let me know in the comments below. And that's pretty much it for this tutorial. So it was inspired by a couple of Phylactic's looks, and I just kind of pieced them together to create my own look. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!